I'm tired. Why do I have to climb 2 staircases? So much work. I need to study.
Nope. Something I can't remember. I give up, but I feel like it's something I really gotta remember. He's having fun. So yeah, it gives you an extra day just in case you missed anything.
You're feeling tired. You can't keep your eyes open. You should rest. Tomorrow is senior graduation day.
It's me, Aegis. May I please come in? Thank goodness. I'm so happy to see you again. I'm sorry to show up so suddenly, but I really needed to talk to you.
Me too.
I remember everything. Everyone seems to have forgotten. But I remember that day
I'm glad you remember.
I'm sorry. It's just that when I remembered, I was afraid you might go somewhere far away, like you did at the last battle.
Don't worry.
Graduation's today, isn't it? I'm sorry. The ceremony's already begun. Such nice weather outside. Do you remember? The promise we all made? Why don't we go there and wait for the others? We can enjoy the view of this peaceful city.
But didn't we promise to meet on Akihiko's birthday?
No, it was the graduation day, Miyako.
Oh good, I don't know.
The time to part has finally come.
I don't know if I could wait that long anyway.
I'm so tired, damn it.
Though this is our last day together, we want the senior class to know that you've truly earned our...
So I've been actually thrown off by this being Karen Strasser.
We wish you
I was like, wait a second. Why is Aegis talking?
auspicious occasion, I bid you all a fond farewell on behalf of the student body.
That actually threw me.
Next, a word from the valedictorian. From Class D, Mitsuru Kirijo.
Thank you. This last year...
So wait, was the other student invisible?
Yes.
When I first addressed you from this podium...
Or it's just one of the blue-haired people that we see in the crowd. Just...
I spoke to you all about seizing opportunity
It's
while you
nothing
had
but
a chance.
Makoto's.
Well, it must have been fate that intervened and gave me an important reminder of this. As many of you may know, my father unexpectedly passed away due to sudden illness. Sudden illness? Wow, that's rare. I've never heard her stumble in a speech before.
We...
Huh? Wait, wasn't I supposed to... Oh, I...
That's right. I remember now.
Our promise.
I remember. Yes. Upon my father's death, I was set adrift in life. No longer will I run from the future. I will face it head on, in memory of my father's will. I am resolved, free from doubt or hesitation. It is because I have such wonderful, such priceless friends.
Mitsuru!
We swore to each other never to lose hope, no matter what tomorrow brings.
Senpai, we remember about her and Aigis.
Yes, of course. Let's go, everyone.
Where do you think you're going? We're in the middle of a ceremony.
Screw your ceremony.
Hey, who let this dog into the school?
Woof woof.
The wind feels so nice. This is my first time experiencing spring, but this season will eventually pass. After fighting alongside you and facing the world's end, I finally began to understand what it means to live. Thinking for yourself, not running away. Accepting the inevitable. All things eventually come to an end. Every living thing will one day disappear. Only by accepting this can one discover what they truly want, what the meaning of their life will be. I understand now why I was so tormented by my lack of strength. Protecting others became more than just an order I had to obey. I wanted to do it for my own reasons. I realized this once I decided to try and prevent the fall. When I thought I might never see you again, something else became clear to me. What I wanted most. And so, I made up my mind. I decided that I would continue to protect you. I want to be your strength. I know I'm not the only one who can do this, but that's okay. My life will be worth living if it's for this reason. Thank you.
You'll be okay.
You're right. What am I doing? I understand now. So I should be happy.
Hey!
Everyone. I realize now that I have friends as well. You don't have to save the world to find meaning in life. Sometimes, all you need is something simple, like someone to take care of. I'll keep on living no matter what, so that I can protect you. Thank you for everything. You're tired, aren't you? You can close your eyes. I'll always remain here by your side. The others will be here soon. Don't worry. I'll always protect you.
I haven't played Reload. I haven't finished Reload yet. I think it's starting to get more clear to me that I honestly like Persona 3 more than Persona 5.
Yeah.
Like it is
Honestly, I
very
feel the
like
same.
like if Reload is as good as I've heard, it's beating Persona 5.
Yeah.
The only
haven't
reason
beaten it.
Persona 5 wasn't winning was because there wasn't a definitive version. If Reload's pretty much going to be the definitive version.
Yeah.
Portable is still really good though. Especially for the time it came out. Like, they fit this game into a PSP. You could just do this portably.
Yeah, I've always felt like Persona 3 was like almost it was like almost a masterpiece, but there was just a few too many issues with it for me to really call it that.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I feel like Reload is what pushes it over the edge now.
Yeah, okay. I won't be able to say that myself until I finish Reload. Portable? I mean, I guess it still has FemC, so there's one reason to go back to Portable. Before Reload, this was my favorite way to play the game.
Yeah, this is probably the way I would recommend to most people. Like I would mention the reasons you might want to play FES, but I think most people would have probably enjoyed Portable the most.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, yeah, play Reload. There's probably a very small number of people who would prefer some of the things that FES does that Reload doesn't, and like some of the tonal changes. They might prefer FES's version, but there's just so many quality of life things in Reload that I don't really think. I think most people would enjoy Reload.
Persona 3 in general, though, what do I even need to say?
Yeah.
Persona 3 is just amazing.
It's Persona 3 is a beautiful game.
Like, seriously. What about my characters? Aigis is literally my favorite female character in video games, and Akihiko is my favorite male character in video games.
Yeah, I'm not quite as, like, solid on it, on, like, where exactly the characters rank, but C's, in general, is among my favorite, like, casts of characters in fiction, and Aigis is one of my favorite fictional characters of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And I love pretty much all of C's. Like, they're all...
Like, even putting the one that I'd rank the lowest in Ken, he's still good.
Ken is still
He's
amazing.
still a great character. He's just not as good as literally everyone else. He's just fighting against S tiers as the B tier.
Yeah. Like, I think that Persona 4 and Persona 5 do some things better than Persona 3 does. Even if you include, like, the quality of life in Reload, I think Persona 4 and 5 do some things better. But I think as a whole package, Persona 3 is just... There's just something special about it that the other Persona games can't quite live up to. I think so far this is like the peak of Persona for me.
Yeah. You know it's a good game when all we do for the final thoughts is just gush on how much we like it.
Yeah. Persona 3 is incredible. Save new cycle data?
And you get little flower things.
Yay. Flowers.
So let's go. So any more final thoughts on Persona 3 itself against everything?
I think I also want to mention that Persona 3 Reload is probably my favorite RPG right now.
I'm incredibly excited to go for Reload. Like,
Well, my favorite turn-based RPG, I should specify. Because Kingdom Hearts 2 is an RPG, so...
yep.
But it is pretty darn close to Kingdom Hearts 2, so there's that. I want to... I tentatively might say that it's like...
Should
it's
I
around,
also
like, my
mention the
third
fact that
favorite game
Persona
now.
3 is like from the mid-2000s and has barely... Its story has barely aged at all?
Yeah. Like this... It's honestly one of those stories that I think is kind of timeless. Even though, like, it's set in, like, a specific time, like, it's just relatable to pretty much anybody. You don't need to be a mid-2000s person to get it.
Yeah, and it's also the most important game in the Persona series.
Yeah,
No question.
Yeah,
Like,
this was like this is like the beginning of modern Persona.
yeah, it's like Persona 2 had a few things that were getting added. This is the one that added everything in Persona that people talk about Persona having.
Yeah. This established what Persona is now.
Final thoughts on FemC? The one
think-
thing Portable is keeping as its one point to come back for?
I think it's really cool that they decided that playing the choice between whether you want to be a boy or a girl actually has implications beyond just, hey, your character is a girl now, and there might be like slightly like a couple random choices might be slightly different. Like it actually like changes the game significantly, and the character comes off as a different character. Like she feels like a different
it's very
person.
obvious that Minako is very different comparatively to Makoto. You can find that literally in just in the dialogue options themselves.
Yeah, she doesn't feel like a gender swap. She actually feels like a different character, which is pretty cool. Especially it's impressive that they can do that with a silent protagonist. That you can make a silent protagonist who actually feels like a distinctly different character.
Yeah.
It's very impressive, and I really like it. In some ways, I think I I'm like debating whether I like her more than Makoto or not. I don't think I quite do, but I like her in different ways.
Yes,
Like,
I would say the same.
Like Makoto,
I think
Makoto
she
gives
just
me like it's kind of like Makoto gives you more of a deep, warm feeling, and then Minako makes me smile more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that kind of explains my difference of feeling in a way.
Any other characters who want to go over while we're here? Freaking Aigis. We would probably be here for an hour if we wanted to say everything we wanted to on Aigis.
Aigis legitimately, Aigis is like one of those characters where you show me like any like new content of her, like her showing up as like a cameo in some game or something, like a BB tag or something. Every time I see new stuff of her, I'm just grinning like an idiot. I love her so much.
I will also say one thing as well, actually. Aigis is the only Persona character I feel that has not been butchered in side games.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Like I don't think I can pick another character that's had it. I think Mitsuru's close-ish.
Now, Mitsuru
to being her normal self.
Mitsuru's pretty intact.
Meanwhile, I'm wondering
Akihiko.
what the frick happened to Akihiko.
Akihiko.
That's the only... Akihiko's existence in side games is the only reason that I used to hesitate on Akihiko being my favorite male character. At this point, I call them different characters. There's Akihiko and Buffhiko Swolnata. They are two completely different people.
Yeah.
Like, that's the best way I can put it.
Honestly, I feel like most characters are at least mostly like reasonably intact in other games.
I think
Akihiko
the reason that
really bad.
that I think these characters are better in the side games than I want to say Persona 4 and Persona 5's cast is that because of the Ultimate Persona thing, how Ultimate Personas worked in Persona 3. That's part of their character development. You can see their character development has existed. Meanwhile, in like Persona 5 Strikers or so, they revert. It feels like all the characters revert back.
Yeah, kind of.
And also the Persona 4 cast is kind of just, you can fit a line into most of their mouths and any of them could be saying it. But we'll get to my own complaints whenever we eventually
do they say
get
partner?
to Persona 4.
It's like, do they say partner? It's Yosuke. Do they say senpai? It's Rise.
Pretty much.
Do they say sensei? It's Teddy. Do they make bear puns? It's Teddy.
Meanwhile, it's like you take one line from the C's cast, you know exactly who said it, most likely. Like there is
they
a very
said woof
good...
woof, you know.
But yeah, I absolutely love Persona 3. Like, yeah. Yeah, Persona 3 is my favorite game of the series. Like, if Reload keeps it, it is 100% going to be Persona 5 Royal for me. Like, it's already well on its way. like, Persona 5 has better moments, I'd say. Persona 3 is just near flawless the whole way through. Like, the only part that's kind of meh about it is was Tartarus.
Yeah,
And
I will
Tartarus
say
is
it
pretty
does-
much fixed.
I will say it does. This isn't necessarily a negative, but I think it's a negative for some people. Is that Persona 3 definitely has a slow burn. It kind of has a slow burn story. It takes a while for it to really get going.
I would say that it's still one of the faster ones.
Yeah, I think it
Of the
doesn't-
modern ones, I think Persona 5 starts off incredibly strongly. Some would say too strongly.
Yeah, Persona 5 starts out really strong. I think Persona 4 is even more of a slow burn than this. Though.
Yeah, Persona 4 is, like, I want to say you... Like, it's a reason why I'm hard-pressed to tell someone to start with 4, because the first 3 hours are cutscene.
Yeah. But even, like, Persona 3, it's kind of like, it starts off with a bang, and then it, like, drops off pretty hard for a while.
It's part of the reason why the first Persona 3 movie also loses a bit of it as well, because it focuses on the slow burn part.
Yeah.
But the fact that movie 2 is so freaking good tells you exactly how much it picks up.
Yeah. Like, once you get to, like...
Once you pass Fuka joining,
Funny
good
enough,
God.
Funny enough, once you get to the story arc where Iga shows up, that always cracks me up. It's like, as soon as Iga shows up, the story is amazing.
because that's when the game's like, okay, we can start... Okay, characters have been given their time to shine. Story, go!
And for things to really pick up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, also, one other thing. Theodore. Forgot another point of in Portable's favor.
Theodore's fun. I'm not, like, super, like, he's the best ever or anything. I like Elizabeth more than him.
Yeah, Elizabeth
He's
is...
fun. Elizabeth is...
Like Theodore is...
Losing to being less awesome, being less of an amazing character than Elizabeth is not a negative.
It's like, oh, dang it, my superhero movie wasn't given as much love as Avengers Infinity War. Damn! It was only given the Spider-Man love instead of the Infinity War love.
Dang it! Dang it! I only got him A-.
Dang it, I got an A instead of an A+.
Yeah, but yeah, Theodore's fun. I like Theodore.
Yeah.
I appreciate him being there.
The only, like... Yeah, you're not, like, any other time I'm not picking Theodore, I'm picking Elizabeth. Because Elizabeth is just... Elizabeth!
She's so funny.
So yeah, that was Persona 3. By far the longest camera Let's Play to date. Does that surprise anybody? 106 parts. Does that surprise literally anybody?
No, I don't think it does.
Yep, I don't think so. So, what's next in the Persona, in our Let's Play path of Persona? Well, we finished Persona 3 and Persona 5. You know, there's some rhythm games that I have over 100 hours in. Yeah, next time we enter the Persona series, it's going to be the Persona 3 and 5 dancing games. Yes, I am one of those people that like those ones. And then afterwards, I have absolutely no idea what I want to go for next. Because currently I am streaming Reload. I will most likely be streaming Answer after I finish Reload, so we will get to experience that then. Originally, my plan was to eventually to do FES on streams, but you know,
Reload.
yeah,
With the answer.
yeah. So there's. Honestly, I feel like FES has even less reason to go back to FES than Reload, unless you really like the tone of the original.
Yeah.
And even then, gameplay. Like, if you want the tone of the original, that's what the movies are there for me.
Yeah.
And from what I've heard from Joel, the voice acting and changes in Reload isn't even that bad. It's different, but they're still good.
My opinion is that everyone is at least as good, if not better, except for
Pharos and Ryoji.
Pharos and Ryoji. I think Pharos and Ryoji is noticeably worse, but pretty much everybody is as good or better.
Yeah. I haven't seen it. I have
And
not.
Fuka is drastically better.
I have seen Fuka. I already can say that Fuka is better. Nothing against this Fuka, obviously. This Fuka does fine. The other one's just less derpy. Is the best way.
It fits with her. Like, Susie Young just fits with Fuka's personality way better.
Mm-hmm. So I suppose we will be ending it very soon. So we stop gushing for the past 20 minutes. Does this surprise anybody?
Probably
No, didn't think so. So yeah, stay tuned for what other things we are doing from the Persona series. We will obviously be doing more. The plan is currently Persona 3 and 5 dancing after this, and then eventually something. I don't know if I'll be hitting Golden. I don't know what I'll be actually playing. By the time this... who knows? By the time we pick something, a remake will be out!
Or Persona 6, I don't freaking know.
Who even knows at this point? I used to be able to know what Atlas's plan was. I don't anymore. So it's hard to say exactly what the plan's gonna be, but the plan is 3 and 5 since we finished them. Actually, maybe afterward I might just do Persona 5 Strikers. That one would be an easy one to do. We'll find out, though. We'll figure it out and have you guys on updates on the Discord. Join the Discord. Like, comment, subscribe too, by the way. I mean, you've sat here listening to us gush, and we're in minute 34. You clearly like something here. Or you just like watching the intros on loop and are really annoyed by the two guys talking in the background.
In which case, I don't know why you didn't just look up those on YouTube and hit the repeat button. And hit the auto repeat.
Right, clearly you like something here. Anyway, about to hit the 35-minute mark. Thank you guys so much for watching the Persona 3 Portable playthrough. Thank you for watching, and take care.
Goodbye.